Hello, listeners. Welcome to our English program podcast, Kaleidoscope. Listeners, I'm your host, Gaurav Shimpi, and I'm here with another guest who is a distinguished personality in herself. Her name is Veenu Shivdasani. She is the founder of Yes, I Can, Changing Lives, a training and development house. She is a master trainer with certification from National Federation of Neuro-Linguistic Psychology, Florida, USA. She has also done her courses in hypnotherapy, Buddhist psychology. She also likes to call herself a firewalker, as she has learned the art of firewalking in a life-changing program, Unleash the Power Within by Tony Robbins. She believes that each one of us has inherited the potential to achieve success and happiness. She has been sharing her skills and knowledge to enhance and empower individual participants and corporate employees for the past 16 years. So Veenu, welcome to our program. So good to see you in person. Like, we have talked with each other on phone a lot of times, but
Correct.
it's so good to meet you in person, and you're such a happy person.
Gaurav, thank you so much
Yes.
for that. And it's an honor to be here.
Thank you, Veenu. So, Veenu, our topic is finding serenity in chaos.
Correct.
Which is the need of the hour, as we can say.
Yes.
So, our listeners will get a gist of how to manage their stress throughout the day. And also, we are going to talk about anxiety. How is it different
Sure.
from stress? So, like stress, like how do we define stress?
Stress is a mandatory reflex for our survival. We
Right.
have survived for so many years because of our stress. So if we consider stress as our friend, it will treat us better. Okay. Saying that, I'm not just being positive about it. Stress is when we are experiencing any change, challenges. Our physical and emotional body is reacting and responding to it.
So, that is stress. Like
That
the
is
reaction
stress.
is a stress.
Yes.
Okay.
Reaction and responses are defined as normal. So, when we are experiencing change or challenges, our body produces physical and mental responses. It can be both motivating also and detrimental also.
Okay.
It depends on how you manage it.
Right.
When you are reaching the traffic, there are two ways to go about it. Is you say that, oh my God, what if I reach late? Or you can say, let me hear something very nice.
Right.
Or make a list of to-do things which I need to do. Okay. So engage yourself in such a manner that you are not accumulating stress or
Right.
the things which are worrying you. And you can also think that if I am late, if I am stuck in traffic, the person who is coming for
Coming.
the interview can also get stuck in the traffic.
Yes.
All right. So
Right.
that way, we need to take care of it. Scientifically, if I need to tell you about stress, our nervous system is there to protect us. Okay. So the moment it feels that you're nervous about something, sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerves gets activated. Sympathetic responses are freeze, fight, flee, and fright. Okay, so you are either fighting something, you are fleeing from some situation, you are in a freeze mode, you don't want to confront it, or you are in constant fright mode, fear
Right.
of what will people say, how will people judge me,
Yes.
all that. So sympathetic nerve system you are activating, and parasympathetic nervous system, where you remember Amir Khan saying all is well
Yes,
in
right.
Three Idiots.
Yeah.
So he is activating parasympathetic nerves, wherein the moment you say to yourself all is well, you are breathing normally, your blood rush comes down. So that's how you control your stress, or better word to use is channelize your stress.
Right.
Okay. And when we are not able to control or channelize our stress, it impacts our nervous system and creates psychosomatic disease like hypertension, heartburns, heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune disorder, mental disorder, or many other disease.
Right.
So it is very important for us to understand that it is the imbalance which we are creating. Okay, we need to own this stress. We are creating it. So life's demand versus your resources. Okay, life's demand versus our resources. You have to, if I have to give a quick question to you, I will say stress equals to stressors divided by resources. Okay, so stressors are the things which are unchangeable, stationary situations like traffic jams,
Yes.
like a person's behavior. You can't change anybody else. Who you can change is just yourself, right? And what are the resources? Resources are nothing but your attitude, your belief system, your support system.
Yes, that's very important.
Yeah, these are your resource system. So as long as you have more resources to deal with the demands, stressors of the life, you are in a good place. So because of that, we say that everything is about your attitude because it decides your well-being.
Right. That's great. So you, just a few minutes back, you also talked about fear. And this was my question, like how to differentiate between stress and anxiety, like which are all coming out of fear.
Okay, simple. Stress, as we said, is a demand placed on our physical and mental body. Any changes, challenges, events that make us feel frustrated or nervous is your stress. Right? Now we have talked about nervous system and we have talked about freeze, fight, fright and freeze mode. When you are in fright mode all the time, you are creating anxiety in your body. So Gaurav, tell me, if I ask you one question, how many thoughts we must be thinking in a day? Rough, do you have any idea?
5,000, 6,000?
70,000, Gaurav.
My God.
70,000 thoughts we think in a day. And how they are getting created in our mind? You are holding on to one thought. Give me a negative thought.
Accident.
Okay, you hold on to this thought for 17 seconds. It will mushroom into 5 more thoughts complementing this thought. Okay, if you are not changing your thought pattern now, in another 17 seconds you will have 5 more thoughts. Okay, complementing that thought. So if you are thinking about the doctor, you will worry about whether the doctor will be good enough or not. When you are thinking about finances, you will be thinking about, how much money I have, who I can reach out to for money. So that way negativity spreads in your mind.
So it has a multiplying effect.
Yes, it is multiplying. So they say, research work says that in 68 seconds, you are manifesting things in your life. We are talking about just minute, 8 seconds. Okay. So Wayne Dyer has written a very beautiful book called Change Your Thought, Change Your Mind. Okay. So many people are talking about how powerful thoughts are. Okay. So if you are able to channelize your thoughts into not positive but neutral thoughts. So I'm not saying be positive all the time. If you have to do something scared, do it. But do it. Move forward. Do it. Do something. Get into pause. Get into neutral position. And then from there, knowing that my thoughts are impacting my mind and my body, you can shift the focus. Okay. So when Einstein, you are saying how we can use this in social and working situations, right? Albert Einstein said that the state of mind that has created a certain problem cannot solve it. So what exactly he's saying is, if you keep on thinking about that state of mind, you are not going to get your solutions. You are going to get your solution when you are changing the focus. We say whatever you focus on grows. Wherever focus goes, energy flows. So simple technique, if I have to give you, is start humming. When in stress or you feel that there is anxiety, start humming. When you are humming, you are activating your vagus nerve. Now, vagus nerve is the longest and the only vein in your body which is connecting your brain and body. Okay. So the moment you start humming, your body and mind is getting a signal that all is well. And I can do it. Only when you are happy, you sing, right? Or you hum. Other thing I will say, wherever you are sitting, get up. Move your body parts, 3 body parts at one go. Okay. Another thing I will say, spot 3 things. Okay. So I can see yellow flowers. I can see a red chair. I can see the bell there. So spot 3 things. Change your focus,
Right.
and it will give you a lot of strength. The moment you change your focus, other thoughts will come in your mind. Okay, I had this girl who had anxiety issues.
Okay.
And she always used to think, what will happen next? What if they don't like my work? I am not good enough. All kinds of thoughts used to come in her mind. And whatever you tell her, they are in knowing. Okay, so they will say, oh, I know this, but that has not worked for me. Okay, so she was kind of in a denial. Well, I asked her, how do you travel from home to office? She said, I drive. So I said, okay, whenever you are coming to office, start looking at the flowers, okay? And come back and tell me how many different colors of flowers you have spotted. And she came back, thankfully that was summer, and all bougainvilleas, white,
Wow.
pinks, reds were blooming. Gulmohars, yellow, red were blooming. And she came back excited saying that I have spotted these colors and shades of green, different shades of green. And because she started doing this, her anxiety disappeared. So small things. I'm not telling you to do bigger things. Do small things, small steps. Take small steps. And I like your DP, Gaurav.
Right.
Your DP says do more things that make you forget to look at your mobile.
Yes, right.
Right. So it is a very mindful affirmation to yourself.
Right.
So again, small steps, small things to defocus yourself and then refocus.
Yes, that's really interesting. What are major symptoms of being burdened with anxiety? Because a lot of people don't know that they are deep into anxiety or they are into panic attacks. Like they think that it is something physical,
Yes.
but they don't realize that it is coming out of a mental problem or some mental issue. Like how can we deal with this?
Very
symptoms?
important question, Gaurav. This is, I think more people need to listen and talk about it. See, again, we will say, if we are not taking care of stress, then it gets into anxiety and panic attacks. Okay, if it is happening on regular basis, then there is a lot of perspiration, heartbeat goes up, you're not feeling good about anything, not your work, not your relationships, you are crying without any reason. So these are the symptoms you need to look for. Okay, whatever your coping mechanism was, see, we are talking about everybody from the age group of the time you are 8 and 9. Before that, I think it is the pampering and lovely
Right.
phase, you know. But
Yes.
once you are preparing for your 8th standard, from that time, we have started feeling this stress, this pressure, right? Till the age we live, right? So you have to observe yourself, know yourself better, what has been working for you.
Right.
If you feel that this is not working for me, so shopping is not helping, talking to a friend is not helping, going and watching a movie is not helping, playing piano is not helping, it will not happen like this, because these are all the things which releases certain happy hormones in your body.
Right.
And that makes you happy, energetic, resilient in your own self. So then you will not get into panic mode. But if all of this is not working for you, then you need to consult someone.
Right.
So go for a trek, go for a jog. But all of this, if you're not able to do, then you need to see someone, talk to a counselor, talk to a coach, talk to a yoga teacher.
Right.
Go join yoga. So do something. Don't just sit. Don't be a sitting duck. Go do something.
So Veenu, it has come out as a great discussion on stress, anxiety, and how to relieve the stress and anxiety from our lives. Some great tips are coming our way. So I'd like to end this first part on like how can individuals effectively manage stress related to their physical or mental health. And what role does self-care play in promoting overall well-being?
Yes.
So I want to end this first part on self-care or self-care tips that you can give us.
Okay, Gaurav, I must tell you that different people may have different answer for this.
Yes.
I will share what worked for me and what I have seen working for many people who come for coaching or workshops.
Right.
Okay, so let me introduce 6 A's here. I will say first A, we we will start with awareness.
Okay.
Okay. So you become aware of what is working for you. With awareness, you get choices. Okay. And choices will always gives you power.
Right.
So when you are aware of which relationship is not working for you, or which kind of communication is not getting you result, which kind of behavior are not working for you, then you switch your focus and become aware of what is working for you.
Okay.
What relationship, which kind of communication, which kind of exercises, which kind of routine is working for you. So get into the awareness is first. Then we will talk about acknowledge.
Okay.
Acknowledge your feelings, whether you are angry, depressed, happy, joyous, excited, resentful. Acknowledge your feelings.
Right.
When you are able to acknowledge your feelings, you will be able to acceptance and surrender. So third is acceptance and surrender.
Okay.
When you are accepting that I am in this situation, it is kind of a message to your mind that I have accepted it, I am surrendering to it, and it is okay for me to let it go. Okay. So that gives you it has always worked for me, because once you accept, okay, you are not good enough in this, but what you are good enough at. Okay. So suppose you are not good at drawing, but you are very good at dance. Okay. Suppose you are not a person who will express, take the lead and talk about things and be the hero in the room. But you are a detailing person. You know how to manage the background, who you are empathetic. You are able to understand the other person. So you are a friend to those people who understand you. Okay. So accepting who you are is very important.
Right.
Accepting and surrendering. Then comes anchoring your thoughts. So in our workshops or with my own self, whenever we are going through a difficult situation or difficult phase in life, you anchor your thoughts. When you are anchoring your thoughts, you are making a success ladder for yourself. That this kind of situation I have faced in my past. What did I do then? How did I got myself out of that shit? Right? Or I saw somebody else coming out of that situation or that stress or that challenge. Right? So how we make this success ladder is you think about a time when you did something exceedingly well.
Okay.
So suppose you have learned cycling at a very young age. That makes you fast learner. Okay. You were a leader in your college. You organize events. You were there for everybody. You help teachers making notes. You have a leadership quality. So you say, I'm a quick learner. I'm a leader. You've forgiven a lot of people who did bad to you. So you are a person who can let go and forgive people. You are creating a ladder.
Right.
Whatever situation you are stuck at, you can use this saying that these are my resources. In initial questions, we talked about the demands of life and our resources. So these becomes your resources with which you can cope with your demands or the stresses of life. So if you are a fast learner, you are a person who can forgive easily, if you are a person who is a leader, empathetic person, go-getter person, then you have these resources to face any kind of challenge. Okay. And then last is taking the authorship and ownership of your life. Not after anchoring your thoughts comes actionables.
Right.
What are your actions? What actions you want to take? You want to get up in the morning, you want to exercise or walk for 30 minutes, you want to go jog for 20 minutes, you want to help someone, okay? You want to participate in an event, you want to teach someone dance or a language, whatever. What are your actionables? You first thing in the morning, you are going in the office and you are giving your team 10 things to do on that day. What are your actionables?
Right.
Okay. So identify your actionables. That will give you authorship and ownership of your life. So that's the last step where we are giving authorship, taking or giving authorship or ownership of your life. Which makes you in a position where you are having a eagle's eye viewpoint, saying that this is good, I am looking good, I am able to commit, I am able to trust, people are trusting me, I am able to do a lot of things, and I am in control. So physically, mentally, you are in control and you are able to take care of yourself.
Right. That's great.
Okay.
Yes. So this is how an individual can effectively manage stress
Yes.
related to their physical and mental well-being. Yeah.
Yes, and see, Gaurav, we have to understand this, that whatever initiatives, ideas, plans, or methodologies that work for you is your strategy. Believe in it and move forward. So, whatever is working for you, maybe these 6 things will not work for you, or maybe it worked brilliantly well with you.
Right.
Whatever works for you, believe in it and move forward with it.
Yes. Go forward with it with conviction.
Yes, with conviction, with intent.
Right. We know if we can end our interview with a bang by discussing the importance of self-care in managing stress and achieving work-life balance. That will help us a lot in overcoming the daily stress that we go through.
Yes. Gaurav, it is important for us to identify self-care is all about knowing what is important. Okay. When we know what is important, it is easier for us to ignore what is not. So we say simplify to amplify.
Okay.
So understand.
That's an interesting term, simplify to amplify.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So know that you are the CEO of your life. Okay. Accept people as they are, but place them where they belong.
Okay.
Hire, fire, and promote accordingly.
Okay.
Okay. So when we are talking about self-care, it is important that we are having the quality people in our lives. Okay. And you can also follow routine, or early in the morning you can get up and say, dear past, thank you for all the lessons. And dear future, I am ready.
Right.
Okay. Simple.
Yes.
Another things I will strongly recommend is when you are getting up in the morning, write 3 things you thought you did well that you liked about yourself. Okay. Getting up in the morning or previous day before you are going to sleep, just write down what happened, what you liked. 3 things about what happened yesterday which made you feel grateful.
Yes.
3 things you write about something somebody else did to you. You liked, you appreciated. We can all do that. And one more thing which is very important about self-care is, I will say, own the obvious. Own the obvious. You know when something is making you mad, making you sad, making you anxious, making you depressed, when you are consuming something and that does not gives you good results, you are consuming it voluntarily, whether it is alcohol, whether it is a thought, anything for that matter. Okay. The solution is clear and obvious. Just stop.
Right.
And do the obvious. Own your obvious.
Nice.
I would to close it with that.
That's really interesting. And that's how it should be done for a stress-free life, listeners. Hope you find your serenity in chaos like we are trying to. So
I'm sure.
Yes. So thank you, Veenu, for such a wonderful session on stress management. I really enjoyed it, and looking forward for our next part. I'll request you part of our discussion for the next part as well, where we will be discussing friendships, relationships, and work-life balance. So
Gaurav, I must tell you this.
Yes.
When I was young and whenever I used to come back from college, I used to listen to Sakhi and Saheli, and it was one of the best program according to me at that age, and still it is.
Right.
And one of those days I thought, when I learned something, I realized that, maybe one day I will talk to people in this manner where so many people are not only listening to you, but learning. And it was like that voice of 2 girls talking,
right.
And, sharing, caring, kind of an assurance that there's someone who does not know your problems,
Yes.
but they have answers to it.
Right.
So it is being here, like life coming to a full circle. Thank you for inviting me here,
yes.
and I really enjoyed.
Yes. Thank you, Veenu, once again. See you in the next part. Listeners, stay tuned for the next program. Until then, thanks for listening, and please stand by as the next program follows. Thank you.